Hello students, we'll discuss now what will be the motion of a charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. Okay, so before that, we'll just discuss the previous one. That means whenever a charged particle is moving in a magnetic field, then it is going to experience a force. What is the force value? F equals to QVB sine theta. So that we have already discussed in previous video. So F equals to QVB sine theta, where Q is the charge, V is the velocity with which the charge is moving in the uniform magnetic field, B is the strength of that uniform magnetic field, and theta is what? That is the angle between the velocity vector and the magnetic field vector, right? So this is the value or the magnitude of the force experience. Now under this head we have also discussed the two cases if theta is equals to 0 degree or 180 degree. So that means if the charged particle is moving either parallel or anti-parallel to the field, in that case force will be equals to what? Because sine 0 is 0 or sine 180 is 0, so force experienced is 0. So that means you can say the charged particle is not going to be deflected in the uniform magnetic field while it is moving either parallel or anti-parallel to the field. Okay, so this was the first case. Second, if I am taking theta to be equals to 90 degree, so in that case sine 90 value is 1, so F will be, that will be the maximum value, and that is what? QVB. So that means when a charged particle is making 90 degree and it is moving in a magnetic field, that time the maximum force experienced, and what is the value here? The force experienced is QVB. Okay, so we'll take this case here. The case under this we'll discuss when the particle which is moving with an initial velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field, what will be the that shape of the path or how the particle will move in that case. Okay, so for that we will consider, let's consider a uniform magnetic field in the plane of paper. So here I have taken a uniform magnetic field here. So what is this cross is indicating? This is indicating that the magnetic field is moving or it is entering into the plane of paper. So this is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so this is a uniform magnetic field. Here the crosses are placed what? In a equally spaced or region. So that's why this is, or they're equally spaced. So that's why this is called as a uniform magnetic field. Okay. Now let's consider, let's suppose a charge Q, this is a positive charge Q, is moving with the velocity v perpendicular to the field. Now look at here, this is the field direction which is entering into the plane of paper. Okay, so it is going like this way, and how that charged particle is moving? The charged particle is moving in this way. This is the direction of the charged particle. So that means it is making what? 90 degree with the field. And we know if it is making 90 degree, because here F equals to what? QVB sine theta. Okay, now this will be QVB sine 90. So in that case F will be equals to what? That is QVB, which is the maximum force experienced by this charge. So that means what is the force it will experience? That's equals to QVB if it is making an angle 90 degree with the field, right? Now what is the direction of this force? Now to find the direction of the force, what we can apply here? We can apply the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, now let's apply the Fleming left hand rule. So as per this rule, what I said, you just stretch the three fingers, that is your thumb, first finger, or you can say the forefinger and the central finger of your left hand, right? Now if the forefinger or the first finger, it is pointing the direction of the magnetic field. Look at here, the direction of the magnetic field is into the plane of paper. So this is the direction of the what? That magnetic field. Then what is this finger? That middle finger indicates, it gives you the direction of what? Motion of the current. Now since this is, we have considered Q as a positive charge, and positive charge direction of motion is considered as the current's direction, that means this direction is the current's direction. So that means here I can show like this way. Now look at, this is the magnetic field's direction which is pointing inward. This is the direction of the current. Now the finger, that thumb, pointing in which direction? Towards my left. So that means the force will be towards the left. So this is the direction of the force. So that means you will see that while this charged particle will be moving in this magnetic field, always it will be moving with this much force, QVV. Its force value is not going to change. So the magnitude of the force will remain the same, QVV. But what will be its direction? Direction will be what? Moving like this way. It is always forcing towards side, towards the left side. So that's where ultimately we'll see that this charged particle will move in a circular path. Okay, so it will be forced to move in its circular path with a constant speed. Speed is not going to be changed because the speed and the force, they are making an angle of what? 90 degrees. So when it is making an angle of 90 degree, so that time there will be no work is done on the charge, or you can say its kinetic energy is not going to change, or you can say the speed will remain altered. Okay, so here, so remain unaltered, that means it's not going to change. It will move with the same constant speed. Okay, so here we'll see that. So like that, when it is moving in the circular path, means it's moving in a uniform magnetic field, it will maintain a circular path. Okay, now let's suppose the radius of the circular path is equals to r. Let the radius of the circular path along which this charge is forced to move, let's suppose the radius of the circular path is r. Okay, now you know earlier that when a particle is moving in a circular path, what force is required to move it in a circular path? That is called as your centripetal force. And here, which means from what is the source of the centripetal force? You can say the magnetic force is the source of the centripetal force. That means the magnetic force only provides the centripetal force. So here, since magnetic force is providing the centripetal force, so I can write here centripetal force is equals to, that is magnetic force. Okay, or force due to this magnetic field. Now what is centripetal force formula? That is equals to mv square by r. Okay, m is the mass of the charged particle, v is that speed with which it is moving, and r is the radius of that circular path. So mv square by r. And what is the magnetic force that charge is continuously getting? That's equals to qvb. Okay, because it is making 90 degrees, so that's the sine 90 is 1. So this is qvb. Now here, if I'll solve what is the radius, so here see 1 v's power will get cancelled. So this is m by qb will be equals to your r. Or we can say r equals to m by qb. Okay, sorry, here one more v is there, sorry. This is mv by qb. Right? So here, what is that radius formula you got? Radius equals to mv by qb. So look at here, the radius is depending upon this q by m ratio. It is inversely proportional to that. Even it is inversely proportional to the magnetic field B. Okay, so this is the radius. Now, next we'll find out the time period. So we'll find the expression of time period. So time period of revolution here. Okay, so here time period of, or the period of revolution. Now what is the times formula? Time equals to what? That is distance by velocity. Okay, so here what is the distance it is covering in one revolution? So that is distance is equals to what? It's circumference, you can say circumference divided by the speed with which it is moving. What is the speed with which it is moving? That is v. Right? So now, what is the circumference? While it is taking one complete turn, so what is the circumference? That is equals to what? That is 2 pi r. That is the circumference of the circle. So that is 2 pi r by v. Or this can be equals to, that is 2 pi by v into radius. Look at radius expression. Radius equals to mb by qb. So I will substitute here. This is mb by qb. Okay? mb by qb. Now, what is the final expression? Here v is getting cancelled. So we got t equals to, that is 2 pi m by qb. This is the time period of revolution. So what is that? T equals to 2 pi m by qb. If you look at this expression of this time period of revolution, it doesn't depend upon the velocity of the charge with which it is moving, even if it is not depending upon the radius of that circle in which it is moving. So here, why it is not depending on that? What happens if the velocity increases. So look at here, if the velocity is increasing, or you can say the charged particle is moving very fast. Okay, so if it is moving very fast or if the velocity is increasing, now here we have seen that radius expression is what? Radius equals to mv by qb, right? This is the thing. So that means if v increases, that means the charged particle is moving very fast. If the v is increasing, then what will happen? The radius will increase, so r will also increase. If v increases, in that case radius increases. That means if the charged particle is moving very fast, then the radius of the circular path increases. That means the charged particles start moving into what? Making a greater circle. The circle size will increase so that the radius will increase. So that ultimately what will happen? It will take the same time to cover the exact same distance, or means in one complete revolution. So that's why the time period is independent of that v and r. Okay, so if v is increasing, r is also increasing simultaneously, and due to that it is not going to change your t value, right? So that's why it is t is independent of this two. Now similarly, if I am finding frequency of revolution f, so here frequency of revolution f will be equals to what? That is 1 by time period. What will be the formula? This is qb by 2 pi m. This is your frequency of revolution, and this frequency of revolution is also called as what? This f is also called as cyclotron frequency. This is also called as what? Cyclotron frequency. Okay, so I think it will be clear. So what we have discussed here, so this is the case when a charged particle is initially moving, making an angle of 90 degree with a uniform magnetic field, and we have seen that when it is entering at an angle of 90 degree, so what is the shape of the path? It always move in a circular path, because always it will get a force towards its left, so that it will be what? Making an what? A circular path. And what is the radius of the circular path? Radius of the circular path is mb by qb. And what is the time period? Time period's formula is 2 pi m by qb. And what is the frequency with which it will move? That is qb by 2 pi m. Okay.